Why women expect men to serve them. Meg Tao. Hi, and welcome to One Mail. Today I will talk about an exciting topic many people are curious about. Why do women want men to serve them? Is it because they're weak and need someone else to care for them? Or is there something more complex happening here? I will explore all this and more, so stay tuned. Men and women approach choosing a mate in very different ways, with men striving to prove themselves and their accomplishments and relying on female affirmation to accept the value they've built in themselves. On the other hand, women have long believed that they are entitled to the deal only men can supply and have gained the ability to demand it. On the other hand, males who have been brainwashed into believing they are looking for soulmates and spiritually compatible attributes have already decided to live a life of leisure and manipulation. And whoever happens to be the unsuspecting victim of this scam is irrelevant in her equation. The man is the only replaceable variable around which he can build his life. He's found a diamond in the rough in the form of a precious woman, and she demands that the man complies with her. A cunning lady would make her man believe his desires are being fulfilled while she benefits from his success. She allowed him to play the patriarch, knowing full well that her comfort and any significant decisions that would put her in an awkward position were entirely within her control. This cunning lady would be the genuine lord of the roost. One could argue that this is the most merciful option because the male can at least believe in his fantasy, as opposed to more crass and straightforward women who exercise power using a base or feminine manipulation tactics, particularly humiliation. In the story of male dominance, he can at least lie softly. This is a weak case because none of the alternatives permit mercy living. A falsehood is a different type of anguish because all potential is lost without awareness of what that imprisoned man may have become. Instead of cheerfully stepping into service for his lesser master, to whom he owes his happiness, purpose, guidance, and wants, he bestows upon her in exchange. She casually inspects the gift she's been given and quickly learns to sort through all of the fragments. She can't use unwrapping the assistance of the man's soul to get to the bottom of her needs. Therefore, anything that doesn't instantly help her is discarded based on the section where she can indeed use it. People who only want you for their advantage are not worth your time or energy. These types of people are typically only interested in what they can get from you and not interested in developing a genuine relationship. They may be interested in your money, your connections, or your knowledge, but they are not interested in you as a person. These relationships are typically one-sided, with the other person taking far more than they give. In addition, these relationships are often emotionally manipulative, with the other person trying to control or take advantage of you. If you find yourself in a relationship like this, it is best to walk away. Nothing good can come from it, and you will likely feel used and taken advantage of. She was viewed as a glorified wrapping paper for what she desired. The welfare state, divorce courts, and the growth of feminist propaganda have shown that this expectation can be met from various sources. None of them are long-term or beneficial to her, but one learns not to look a gift in the mouth, and women have long learned to ride that horse. Whatever decision she makes, she will expect service and will get her way, even if it means sacrificing a weak, desperate man who does not realize his worth as a man. Or the self-actualized male imprisoned by a government seeking to appease entitled and corrupted women. Now comes the question of how many servile guys would willingly walk into that trap. Many people go through life not aware of what is happening around them. They may think that they have a great handle on things, but the truth is that others are more than happy to take advantage of them. These people are often called predators and can be found in every walk of life. They may be family members, friends, or even strangers. But most importantly, they can even be your spouse. The critical thing to remember is that they are always looking for someone who they can exploit. They may try to convince you to do something you don't want to do, or they may try to get you to give them money or information you shouldn't. If you're not careful, they can ruin your life. The best way to protect yourself from these predators is to be aware of them and their tactics. If you're ever in doubt about someone's motives, it's always better to avoid caution and walk away. If they were made aware of the extent of their servitude, your response to this question would raise a flood of further inquiries about why things are the way they are and numerous reasons why they will never change. Some men, believing they can beat the odds, will engage, and when they realize their mistakes, they will be enslaved for the rest of their lives. Some men willingly put their lives on the line for women to bestow upon them to get a taste of what a life with a purpose could be like. The humble definition of a workhorse was something grander than he had ever dreamed of, since he had never dreamed of anything. But unfortunately, some men refuse to listen, relying on their destructive hedonistic tendencies to take the easy road rather than the long and winding path of meditation and contemplation. When a master meets a man who has freed himself from the need to be her slave, he may exude an alluring aura that is not immediately detected. She may even try to tame him, bringing this proud guy to the status of a servant. A witness to her power and a monument to her vanity, just as she derived the equation of a decadent lady with a predetermined end. All that was needed was a nameless man to play the producer role. She now has just one option: defy the idea of siphoning off time. Defiance at the risk of losing everything he has worked for, anger at the prospect of ever surrendering himself for anybody or anything else. What's the best thing to do here? First, it's essential to get to know the partner well. There are many benefits to getting to know your partner well before settling down. For one, you'll have a better sense of whether or not you're truly compatible. Spending time together before making a long-term commitment will allow you to see both the good and the bad and decide if you're willing to deal with the latter on a day-to-day basis. Additionally, getting to know your partner well can help prevent negative surprises. Knowing each other's expectations, needs, and deal breakers from the start will make you less likely to run into problems later on. Finally, getting to know each other can create a stronger foundation for your relationship. You'll start on equal footing, with a shared understanding of what you both want and need from the relationship. So if you're thinking about settling down, take the time to get to know your partner first. It could make all the difference in the world. If you don't want to settle for a partner anytime soon, you can also try focusing on yourself first. The most important person in your life is you. You should always seek to better yourself and become the best version of yourself that you can be. There are many ways to focus on yourself and improve yourself. One way is to set goals for yourself. Choose something you want to achieve, and then break it down into smaller goals that you can accomplish. Another way to focus on self is to find a hobby or activity that brings you joy. It can be something as simple as taking a walk in nature or something more challenging like learning a new language. Whatever it is, make sure it is something that makes you happy. Lastly, always remember to be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with compassion and understanding, and permit yourself to make mistakes. After all, nobody is perfect. By focusing on yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, you will be happier and healthier in both body and mind. Also, a reminder to men to know your worth. In today's society, it's easy for men to feel like they're not good enough. With all the messages telling them they need to be rich, successful, and handsome, it's no wonder so many men end up feeling insecure and unworthy. But the truth is, every man has value and worth. No matter what his bank account looks like or how many likes he gets on Instagram, he is just as worthy of love and respect as any other man. The key is for men to realize their worth and not settle for anything less than they deserve. If more men understood their worth and took the time to build fulfilling lives for themselves, the world would be a better place for everyone. So let's start spreading the message that every man is valuable and deserving of happiness. It starts with each man recognizing his self-worth. Only then can we begin to change how society views and treats men. And in this next video, I'm going to talk about something that many people are afraid of: cheating. Specifically, how to tell if your girlfriend is cheating on you. I know this isn't easy to deal with, but if you feel like something might be happening, it's essential to pay attention to the signs. These signs that I'll show you might also indicate that you're not really her first choice and just her reserved second. So make sure to check and click this video now to learn more.